What are the impacts of city developments to the survival of the living organisms? Cities on the Earth developed in a rapid speed after the 21st century. The trees were being chopped down and forests turned into concrete buildings. The city developments brings all kinds of environmental issues. The developments makes the survival of the living organisms even tougher. First, city development will lead to habitat fragmentation. It also causes habitat loss through an increase in roads and buildings that are not producing any biomass. This exposes real life to new man-made stress. Physiological and ecological constraints affect organisms directly, but also change host parasite and predator-prey interactions. After habitat loss, overharvesting has had the greatest effect on biodiversity. In fact, overharvesting and habitat loss often occur simultaneously, as removal of an organism from its environment can have irreversible impacts on the environment itself. Humans have historically exploited plant and animal species in order to maximize short-term profit at the expense of sustainability of the species or population. This exploitation follows a predictable pattern. Initially, a species harvested from the wild can turn a substantial profit, encouraging more people to get involved in its extractions. This increased competition encourages the development of more large-scale and efficient methods of extraction, which inevitably deplete the resource. However, city development brings climate change too. Plants and animals are sensitive to fluctuations in temperature and climate. In the past, climate has varied considerably within short time scales. We are currently in a period of high climatic variability. The summer of 1988 brought on one of the worst droughts in history. Almost all scientists are in agreement about one thing: human activities are exacerbating climatic conditions and speeding up the rate of global warming. This is a direct result of the increase in production of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane due to the burning of fossil fuels and incomplete combustions from vehicles. In addition, the release of anthropogenic chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons into the atmosphere has regarded the stratospheric ozone layer around the Earth, which shields the planets from harmful ultraviolet radiations. Changes in the integrity of the ozone layer has resulted in increased ultraviolet radiation reaching the Earth's surface. Humans take everything for granted and they never realize that their little actions might bring disaster to other living organisms. Development of cities which leads to all the problems mentioned, such as overharvesting, illegal hunting, production of more carbon dioxide and chlorofluorocarbons, and causing climate changes has threatened the survival of the living organisms. From the latest studies, there may be as few as 3,200 tiger live in the wild. Continuing deforestation and rampant poaching push the tigers to this fate as they are poached for their body parts and skin. Sea level rise due to climate change threatens the tiger mangrove habitat too. Bears, which are the iconic symbol of victims of city developments, are listed as one of the endangered species too. Many polar bear populations will be vulnerable to extinction within the next century if warming trends in the Arctic continue at the current pace. The largest marine turtle and one of the largest living reptiles, the little black turtle, has survived for more than 100 million years, but is now facing extinction. Recent estimations show that only 2,300 adult females now remain in the Pacific. The rising sea levels and higher temperatures on Atlantic beaches pose a new threat to turtles and their offspring, as nest temperature strongly determines the sex of their offspring, and a nest warming trend is reducing the number of male turtles. Humans should appreciate all the rewards given by gods and take good care of them before all the living things are gone. City development is indeed important to the world development. Therefore, humans have to think of an ideal where both parties are benefit and make a win-win situation.